It has been a busy weekend for both of the teams here at Wells Fargo Center today as they both play their second game here on this Martin Luther King Day affair, a holiday event as it was supposed to be yesterday, but we had to move it to today, and we're going to get it done right now. It's the Castor Countdown to face-off here at Wells Fargo Center, the Vancouver Warriors and the Philadelphia Wings, and you see how tight things are right now on the left side of the standings. Wings and Warriors both looking to get a leg up. Philadelphia could take sole possession of second place with a win here today, and Vancouver could jam things up even further on the playoff side of the standings. Hello everyone and welcome inside Wells Fargo Center for National Lacrosse League action alongside former Wings captain Scott Gabrielson. I'm Brian Smith. Mary McGinnis will join us downstairs in just a few minutes. Two big games really for both of these teams this weekend, Scott. They both lost the first one, so looking to get a win here today.
Yes, they both came in with winning streaks into the weekend. Ottawa beats Vancouver after a three-game win streak, and then the Wings come into Buffalo after winning 4 in a row.
Both of these teams tried their best to come from behind in the first game of their weekend. Neither, though, quite successful.
And Vancouver, again, they were down 5-9 to start the fourth quarter, but made a valiant comeback. Owen Grant to Kevin Crowley right here in this goal. Then Keegan Ball fed Reed Bowering for a goal to make it 9-7. And then Keegan Ball brings it within 1, but that's about as close as they could get. Ottawa takes it 9-8. Philadelphia goes to Buffalo in front of 17,500, and the back-to-back champs show why they are still the best. Joe Rezaterets with the goal here to start the scoring. Then a great feed to Sam LeClaire brings it within 16-12, and then one final go by Mitch Jones to bring it to 17-4. That's as close as the Wings could get as they lose 19-14 to Buffalo.
Yep. Then we just turn around and go in? Okay. Started playing anthems in here.
Close enough? Mike, close enough to my mouth? All good?
gate of the National Lacrosse League season coming to a close today, one day later than planned, but an extra day of rest for both the Vancouver Warriors and the Philadelphia Wings as they both head into their second game of the week, both looking to jockey for standings position. It's the Castor countdown to face-off here at Wells Fargo Center as the Warriors and the Wings get set to square off, and you see how tight things are in the standings right now. The Wings 4-2. Vancouver has played one fewer game, 3-2 on the year. And the Wings could get sole possession of second place with a win here today. Vancouver could further muddy the waters. Hello, everyone, and welcome inside Wells Fargo Center for National Lacrosse League action alongside former Wings captain Scott Gabrielson. I'm Brian Smith. Mary McGinnis will join us downstairs in just a few minutes. Well, Scott, both of these teams went out in their first game of the weekend, came away with losses, both looking to come away with the one victory for the week.
Yes, they did. They had win streaks going into the weekend, but each team lost, unfortunately, but they're ready to go at it today.
As for the Philadelphia Wings, they had a 4-game win streak. Vancouver had a streak going as well, and they came up just short.
Yes, they did. So it starts at Ottawa. Fourth quarter, made a valiant comeback. Owen to Grant to Kevin Crowley. Then Keegan Ball brings it within one. Just an excellent move by them. Keegan Ball right there with a big goal and a shot, but that's as close as they get. They lose by one at Ottawa. For Philadelphia, they go to hostile territory in Buffalo in front of 17,500, and they go down 8-1 in the second quarter, but they make a great comeback. Joe Resetera starts the scoring, then a great flip here by Sam LeClaire to brings it to 16-12, and then Mitch Jones finishes the scoring, gets it to 17-14, as that's as close as they can get, but they lose 19-14 at Buffalo.
Set to go with the opening face-off here, the rookie Alex Stathikas doing the honors for the Vancouver Warriors. Another rookie on the wing side of things slotting in. Nate Fair will handle the face-offs tonight for Philadelphia. And we are underway as the Warriors, battling for it along the near boards, had possession briefly, but Philadelphia had come out with it. Scott Dominy in there. Now it's moved ahead. This is still up for grabs here as Isaiah Davis-Allen chases it around behind the net, but it's going to be Vancouver finally coming up with that opening possession.
Good battle right there. It's going to be important for the Philadelphia Wings to improve on their face-offs, and they're just showing some grit right there, battling for that loose ball.
Lots of offensive weapons on both sides of the floor here today, and we've got a Wings offense that is tops in the National Lacrosse League going against a Vancouver defense that right now is tops in the league. That's only because the Buffalo Bandits were tops at the start of the weekend, but the Wings put up 14 in that losing effort, and that knocked Buffalo down to second. So Philadelphia definitely has shown that they can handle some of these top defenses in the league. Now we've got a couple of mishaps here. Nobody really can nail down that loose ball. Finally, it's going to be the Vancouver Warriors doing so, and the former Wing Jackson Sibic will hand it off to Adam Charlambides here, start things off for the offense.
Offense for Vancouver's been productive, not as high octane as the Philadelphia offense, but that guy, number 8, Adam Charlambides, has been putting the ball in the net.
6 to shoot here for the Warriors as one's fired wide of the net. Charlambides will get that rebound, toss it back toward Nick Damoud. That one was on net, so right at the end of the shot clock timer, Vancouver is able to get the fresh 30. Here's Martel. Trying to roll off Alex Pace, goes to the net, and it's stopped by Damoud. Wings will take over as Liam Patton brings it up the floor.
And you did make mention of it. Something's got to give today, right? The Philadelphia Wings are averaging 14.6 goals per game, and Vancouver has the number 1 goaltender in the league. They're only giving up 9. So we'll see if it's offense versus defense, and we'll see who prevails.
Here is Holden Catoni sending it off for Mitch Jones, right side. Underneath, he scores! What an effort by Mitch Jones! He goes underhand to start things off. It's 1-0 Wings.
Mitch Jones delivers a highlight goal there, one-handed by the lefty. Great movement by Philadelphia to get the ball into the stick of the alternate captain, Mitch Jones. There's 17 on the year, as you see right there. Look at him, one-handed. His right hand is being taken away from him, but he still wants to get a shot to the goal. He does it underhand, gets it right under the goaltender to start the score for Philadelphia.
24 on the year now for Mitch Jones as Holden Catoni picks up right where he left off the other night with an assist on that Jones goal. Vancouver's going to take possession here off this draw. Catoni with an 8-point game the other night, 3 goals, 5 assists in the loss to Buffalo. Joe Resetarits also with an 8-point game, which has left him one shy of 800 for his career. So we're on the watch for that. Here's a turnover by Vancouver. Philadelphia regaining possession as Ryan Wagner tries to break it up the floor. Nice one-handed catch behind the back and a save made.
Oh, Brennan O'Neill, that's all he had. His body went across the floor. He had to take it behind the back. Great shot, but a better save by Aiden Walsh.
That's the other problem for the Wings, is that Aiden Walsh is the best goaltender in the National Lacrosse League, and that certainly has a lot to do with his Vancouver defense. Here's Charlin Beatties going in. He tucks it home. Adam Charlin Beatties with a good swim move there. He puts it up in the corner, and we are tied at 1.
Adam Charlin Beatties, strong lefty, makes the move to the goal. Great effort by the Vancouver forward. That's his 4th goal on the season. He's been putting more assists up. He's got 10 helpers. Let's see him one-on-one. Great swim move. Dip, dunks, finds that far pipe. Beautiful goal by Charlin Beatties. Tying this ball game 1-1.
So the Wings making a change here today in the face-off circle as Nate Fair, the rookie, coming in. He's been at 49% on the year through 3 games that he played. Tyler Burton was only ringing along at about 37%, so the Wings felt they could make an update there. And
I like the change by the Philadelphia coaching staff. They had to make a change at the face-off dot to make sure that they get more possessions, because Buffalo really took advantage of them on Saturday night.
Aiden Walsh made a save a moment ago off that possession win from the face-off dot, and now Charlin Beatties has it again for Vancouver. That pass off the mark. Charlin Beatties gets it back. Trying to spin away in the corner. Gets it off to Martell, worked left side. Here's a shot from Keegan Ball, and he puts it home. Keegan Ball had the last goal of the last game for Vancouver. He was held off the score sheet until that last goal, but he wastes no time here, making it 2-1.
Keegan Ball, the leading scorer for the Vancouver Warriors. He's been tremendous for them so far this season. Big goal from outside, just sets his feet, takes that shot low, beats Lemieux to that glove side on the far post. That's Keegan Ball's 14th goal in the season to go with 22 points. If you recall, last time he was on this floor and in the building, he lit up the Wings with 8 goals, 5 assists for 13 points last year in a blowout. So the Wings are happy to have Vancouver back and looking for some paybacks this year.
Yeah, that was a 21-12 win for Vancouver. It was a franchise record for goals scored against the Wings in a game. Here's Brereton down low, and where is it? It came out. Reaching behind him, Aiden Walsh, making sure that didn't roll over the line.
Aiden Walsh with a big save on Blaze Reardon, coming right on top of him. Aiden Walsh, goals against average is 9, and even 9 as the Vancouver Warriors put a ball in the back of the net again.
And that is Riley Lowen bouncing one home. So the Warriors, after giving up the first one, have scored 3 in a row, and they've got the 2-goal advantage.
Offense for Vancouver, very effective right now. Talk about not, taking over where you left off last game. Ryan Lowen had a hat trick against Ottawa on Friday night. He's starting off scoring very well today. Great cut, catch, shot, goal. Number 10, Lowen.
Riley Lowen, a career high 52 points last year. And he's off to a great start this year, again coming off that hat trick the other night. An early one here for Vancouver. Here's Charlin Beatties as Vancouver starting off the offense through that right side. Now Ball on the left side. Gets it off to the former Wings captain, Kevin Crowley. Here's Charlin Beatties spinning away, trying to get one down on low. He does get the shot away, but Damude's there to keep it away, and Tony Malcolm will run it up the floor.
Good defense by Philadelphia. Playing really strong.
Here is Mitch Jones. Dipped it off to the right side corner. And now it's Phil Caputo. Goes back to Jones. Jones shuffling up top. Reziteritz had it knocked away. And here comes Vancouver breaking the other way. This is Steph Charbonneau, the former wing, dishes it off. A shot and a save made by Damoud as the Wings goaltender able to shut down the fast break.
Damoud with the big save there. He's a 77% save percentage. Number 39 right there, had 35 saves on 49 shots against Buffalo on Saturday night.
Here's Reziteritz looking for a shooting lane. Push to the perimeter, now to the net, fired it wide. Rebound picked up by Philadelphia. Another shot, they score! Brennan O'Neill beats Aiden Walsh low, and the Wings cut into that deficit. It's now 3-2.
Brennan O'Neill got shut out against Buffalo on Saturday, but he's coming right back, breaks the ice for his first goal tonight. Look at the ball movement. Great feed inside, overhand shot, the big body, the 6'2", 250-pounder catches in front of the net. High shot, shoots it low. Big goal for Brennan O'Neill.
And that should be the 800th career point for Joe Reziteritz. He'll get an assist on that shot that missed wide, so Joey Rez with a fantastic season so far, leading the league in scoring coming in, picks up his 50th point on the year, and 800th for his career.
Can't say enough about him. 14-year veteran, all-time leading American scorer, just continues to produce every game. He's averaging over 8 points per game.
Wings with some good ball movement here working around. They're already on their second 30 shot clock of this possession. As Caputo swings it to the right side for O'Neill, looking to shoot. Kick save made by Walsh. And Vancouver in transition on the rebound. With an opportunity here coming off the bench, they go back to the right side. A save made by Damoud. That was Jackson Subic, the former wing, pacing that rush. And now here's Malcolm the other way for Philadelphia. Here's a hit laid on, comes back to Malcolm. He scores! Tony Malcolm! After Mitch Jones was set to the floor, a penalty was coming up, but the ball came right back to Malcolm, and he just put it right home.
Talking to Tracy Kalewski before the game, he wanted to play fast today, push the ball, and it starts with Tony Malcolm getting that loose ball, going up the field. Look at this high check right on Jones, but it gets it back to Malcolm. Fake finish, buries it. Huge goal for Tony Malcolm. He starts it with the loose ball, and he gets the reward. He gets it back with the goal for number 4, Malcolm.
And that is Tony Malcolm's first goal in a Philadelphia Wings uniform. He was part of the cluster of players that came over from Panther City in the offseason, along with their head coach. Now the associate head coach of the Wings, Tracy Kalewski, is back.
He also missed a few games with a hand injury, but he is back at full strength. Puts his first point on the board.
Here is Joe Reziteritz. Played it out in front, a shot just wide of the net. And it's picked up by Vancouver. They'll head it up the floor. So back and forth here in the early goings. A game of runs, as we all know. This one's now tied up back at 3 as Vancouver looks to take the lead. Left side shot wide of the net, long rebound, Malcolm reaching for it. It's batted away from Keegan Ball, and Philadelphia's got it at the moment, but Vancouver able to take it back, and they've got a chance here as a shot tipped away by Damoud. He got a piece of that one. Vancouver will reset, and Martel's going to calm things down here. Charlambides down that right side, rolls off a pick out in front. Martel can't get the shot away. Great recovery by Nate Fair. 15 to shoot now. Here's Charlambides. Backing his way toward the net, gets the shot off. That one's wide. Long rebound to Crowley. He hit the right side of the post. And the Wings are going to get to that one finally. Scott Dominy will move it ahead. It's still loose on the floor. Alex Pace pulling it away from pressure, and he'll find some space.
Nice defense by Philadelphia. Swarming defense. Connor Sellers, Ryan Wagner, Alex Pace, Dominy again picking up those loose balls. Great job for the leading loose ball player on the Philadelphia Wings, Dominique.
Reza Terrence creeping in, wanted to find that right side. He's got it just wide, though. Here is Jones getting the loose ball with 4 to shoot. Long bid, stopped by Walsh, and he'll move it ahead. Again, the Warriors coming in here after the loss in Ottawa the other day, as a pass off the mark picked up by Philadelphia. They had to stay here an extra day as this game was pushed back due to the Eagles game yesterday here at the sports complex. So both these teams got an extra day of rest, Scott, which I'm sure is going to help both of them.
No doubt. It's supposed to be back-to-back for Philadelphia, going from Buffalo right into the Wells Fargo Center yesterday. But they got put back because the Philadelphia Eagles had to win their game and go on to the NFC Championship game.
We have a timeout on the floor with 5:19 left to go here in this first quarter. Warriors and Wings, and Joe Terrence with his 800th career point in the effort so far here in Philadelphia.
Curtis Dixon and his teammate Dane Dobie are littered all over the Calgary record book.
As the Rock will capitalize, this is why you bring your talents inside the box. Air Bushi takes flight.
Just rips it past.
Simply cannot miss.
This is your life without Eero.
Oh, come on.
The Wi-Fi's out again!
This is the worst.
Not now.
And this is your life with Eero.
Oh, come on.
Why would you do this to us?
This is the worst.
We can't improve everything in your life, but we can improve your Wi-Fi. It's fast, reliable, and now available outside your home. Eero, the way Wi-Fi should be.
Welcome.
Welcome back to Philadelphia. The Wings and the Warriors all tied up at 3. Welcome back to Philadelphia. Wings and Warriors all tied up at 3. Let's go downstairs to the third member of our crew. Mary McGinnis is between the benches today.
Yeah, returning to the Wells Fargo Center is Kevin Crowley, who currently sits 4th all-time on the Wings points list with 242. Surpassing him this year has been Joe Risseteres and Mitch Jones for 2nd and 3rd. And I talked to Kevin about them surpassing him, and he was surprised to hear that Mitch has already surpassed him in a short time here. I asked him if he wanted me to tell Mitch that, and he said no, he doesn't want him to have any extra motivation to score in tonight's game. Kevin also took a few teammates to the Philadelphia Eagles game yesterday in that NFC game, so he's spreading the love of the Philadelphia fans to his Vancouver teammates, and we'll see how he fares today.
Yeah, you can tell Mitch about that after the game, maybe. And I got to say, I knew the minute that this scheduling situation came up that the happiest person involved was going to be Kevin Crowley, because it was going to let him go to the Eagles game.
Right, there you go.
Eagles fan number 1.
And he is a fan favorite here. He was a #1 overall draft pick in 2012 by the Philadelphia Wings. Played for 3 years for Philadelphia for the original franchise. Then once they moved to New England, he went to New England, came back, and here's a goal by Mitch Jones.
Mitch Jones adds to that total that has him ahead of Kevin Crowley right now. A diving shot over the shoulder of Aiden Walsh makes it 4-3 Philadelphia.
I guess it did give Mitch Jones some motivation. He answers the bell with his 2nd of the game. Look at this. Catoni finds a streaking Jones. Just coming right around the corner. Big catch, diving goal for Mitch Jones. Mitch Jones, he's number 3 coming in the NLL with points, and he's adding to that right there.
So it's been a typical start. You almost don't want to call it typical because it's such a great start for Mitch Jones, but he had a similar start last year. And 2 years ago, when he was traded from these Vancouver Warriors to the Philadelphia Wings, he ended up on a 123 total point performance that year between the two teams. Here's a shot in, stopped by Damoud. He got an extra game in that year. He played 19 games because of the timing of the trade, and head coach Ian Rubel is certainly happy to have him here.
Yes, he is. What a great move. And Ian Rubel behind the bench for the Philadelphia Wings, putting in a new kind of offense, a new look, changing some personnel today after that loss to Buffalo. Nate Fair's in, number 20. He's playing quite well so far, and then Jordan Storrs as well.
Got another timeout on the floor here in the first quarter as the Philadelphia Wings have now put on a 3-goal run, and they lead at 4-3 in the early goings. The city of Philadelphia is located on the lands of the Lenni Lenape people of Lenapehoking and the Putahat, who have resided in these lands for almost 10,000 years. The NLL acknowledges all nations, indigenous and non, who live, work, and play on this land, and who honor and celebrate this territory. 4-3 Wings with the lead here in Philadelphia. NLL Plus is here and free. The league's new streaming service offers fans around the world access to live games, full game replays, highlights, and exclusive content. Sign up today at nll.com/plus. Wow, a Quebec Nordiques jersey making its way into 90s night here in Philadelphia as we celebrate the career of Scott Gabrielson and all the other great things that happened in the 90s.
Good run for the Philadelphia Wings in the 90s, of course. Already recognized for a decade of dominance earlier this season. Wings are wearing these special jerseys that look like those jerseys that I once wore when I had the C on.
Here's Keegan Ball looking to make something happen as he puts it to Martell on the right side. Martell dips it to Charlon Beatties, and a save made by Damoud. He got a piece of that. Good play run there by Vancouver, but the Wings able to defend it well.
Really nice pick and roll by Vancouver, but Damoud with a huge save.
Reza Terrence gets it to O'Neal off the bench. Now back to Reza Terrence on the left side. Reza Terrence, round a pick, got a shot away, save made by Walsh, gets his own rebound back, fresh 30 for the Wings. Caputo puts it right side, now back to Reza Terrence. They're gonna work the left side of the floor here as Philadelphia. Caputo out to Mitch Jones, and now Reza Terrence again. Reza Terrence tried to flip it in front for Caputo, missed him, but it comes back to that right side. Here's a shot that's stopped by Walsh, and Vancouver is able to gobble in that loose ball.
Good unselfish defense by Vancouver, switching on the defenders quite well. Creates a turnover.
Here comes Ball to the net. Low shot stopped by Damoud, and Nick Damoud appears to be in a bit of a zone here in the early going.
Again, pushing the transition right up to Malcolm. Make the save, get it up and out and down the floor.
Here's Sam LeClaire. Out to Jones, and now to the right side, this is Holden Catoni. Skips it back off for Reza Terrence. Reza Terrence around the pick by LeClaire, but he's gobbled up. And shot clock was going to wind down, so Reza Terrence will abandon it in the corner. Good stop there for Vancouver.
Big defenders for Vancouver, putting some bodies on the Philadelphia offensive players. Been very effective so far.
Here's Ball for Lowen. Low shot kicked away by Damoud into the netting, and we'll get a restart here for Vancouver. That's the thing for the Warriors is that, you know, even though Aiden Walsh has been the best goalie this year in terms of goals against average at that 9 even mark, he hasn't had to make many saves. He's only had to make 188 saves because Vancouver allows fewer shots on goal than any team in the league coming into this game here today.
Yeah, I mean, it's the guys in front that make the difference for Aiden Walsh. Big bodies in front limiting the shots of the offenses of the opposing team.
Here's a transition opportunity and a goal! And it's Scott Dominy able to put the Wings ahead by 2. It's 5-3.
And we talk about pushing the pace. Damew, known for being such a great outlet passer, makes the save, gets it up the floor, finds Sellers, who finds Dominy streaking down. Looks like he looks off that right corner and buries it to the left corner. Great shot by Scott Dominy. Number 13, the transition player, leads the team in loose balls and just gets rewarded with a great goal there. His 4th on the season. Great effort by Dominy.
So a 4-goal run now here for Philadelphia after Vancouver had fired off 3 in a row. And the Wings are going to possess the ball off the face-off.
Good defense leads to effective offense. Just get the ball up the floor. Dominy with a transition goal helps the offensive production for the Wings.
5 to shoot here for Philadelphia as it's Jones in the far corner. Tried to tuck it in front for Caputo rather, but again, they're going to let that go as the shot clock was about to expire. So Vancouver takes over here with 24 seconds left in the quarter. Basically exactly the same between the game clock and the shot clock. So Aiden Walsh is going to go to the bench, and the extra attacker is now out for the Warriors.
Kurt Malawski, the head coach for Vancouver, pulls the goalie. 6-on-5 situation for Vancouver.
Here's Ball, winds, fires, it's deflected wide, and it's going to be picked up by Sellers, who will throw it the length of the floor. That's well wide, but it would have been late anyway. And a great first quarter here in Philadelphia. Back and forth action. Vancouver took a 3-1 lead, but then the Wings have reeled off 4 in a row. And they head to the quarter break up by 2 with a 5-3 total here in the early goings. We got lots more ahead for you here from the NLL is now on the ESPN app. Download the app or visit ESPN.com for the latest news, schedule, and scores. A holiday crowd here at Wells Fargo Center, and Kurt Malawski, in his 2nd year as head coach in Vancouver, off to a good start this year.
Yes, he is. Great player in his time, great leader behind the bench. NLL champion in his day, just a great motivator, very descriptive in his teaching and the way that he runs this team. Great leader behind the bench for Vancouver, Kurt Malawski.
And much like Josh Sanderson, who was in here last week with Calgary, Kurt Malawski, also a former teammate of Wings associate head coach Tracy Koloski with that Calgary team that won it all in 2009. Lots of connections between those guys, all now leading benches in the NLL. Here's Keegan Ball on the left side as Vancouver wins the faceoff to start quarter number 2. A Pass was off the mark, though, and Liam Patton runs down the loose ball. Here's Dominy with another opportunity in transition. Behind the back, he missed it just wide. Dominy, after his own loose ball, just kind of batting this down the floor. Finally, it comes back to Patton, who had stayed out there in case Vancouver picked it up. Wings coming back the other way again. Isaiah Davis-Allen to Mitch Jones. That was blocked off the stick and almost found its way in the net. Coming right back the other way, though, here comes Vancouver. Here's a chance down low. Save made by Damoud. Rebound is loose. It's scooped up by Jordan Storos in the lineup here for Philadelphia tonight. And he'll get it to Tony Malcolm, who will slow things down.
Defense really athletic and fast. Dominy, you just look at him, what he just did on that last play. Great shot, got his own rebound to keep the ball alive. Swarming defense by Philadelphia. Here's the transition for Vancouver.
Vancouver with a chance as Matt Beers had a shot stopped by Nick Damoud at the other end of the floor. Right after that play had ended, Holden Katoni was down, and he has just hobbled off the floor and down the tunnel.
Stick still on the floor there. Big bodies for Vancouver. Their defense led by Matt Beers.
Oh, what a save by Walsh on Reza Terrence. It wouldn't have counted anyway because he stepped on the line, but that was a point-blank stop there by Aiden Walsh.
Shows the athleticism of Walsh, just such quick reactions for the 6'4", 180-pound goaltender.
Vancouver working things around. So on the near side, a pass in front was knocked away from its intended recipient, Charlon Beatties, and Damoud will work that ahead now for Jordan Storos. So we'll have to keep an eye on the situation with Holden Katoni. He has been a big piece of this powerful Wings offense here to start the season.
One of the most consistent offensive scorers for the Wings so far this year. So we'll have to definitely keep our eye on that.
Here's Mitch Jones, one to shoot. He's just going to dump it behind the net. So a stop for Vancouver. Biggest challenge for the Wings here might be just adjusting on the fly without Katoni here until they can get to halftime if he does not come back. We'll keep an eye on that. Pass off the mark. It's going to be picked up by Kevin Crowley out near midfield with 8 to shoot. Here's Crowley looking for a lane. He can score from out here. Dumps it to the right of the net. Short angle shot stopped by Damoud, and he's able to get that rebound. That was important because he had a Warrior lurking back there behind the net looking for a new shot clock. Instead, here comes Isaiah Davis-Allen, but his pass is picked off out of midair by Ryan Dilks. Great effort there by Dilks to snuff out that possession.
Yep.
Here's Beers putting it to the corner. They'll working around Vancouver, tucked out in front. Lowen's shot stopped by Damoud, and Malcolm will pick up that loose ball. Here's Tony Malcolm hoofing it down the floor.
There's Katoni. He's back on the bench. Look at those 41 points. Although we're talking about Reza Terrence and Jones being 1 and 3 in the National Lacrosse League in scoring, Holden Katoni's number 10. So the Wings have 3 players in the top 10 in scoring, and Mitch Jones adds to his totals.
Mitch Jones fires at top corner. He's got a first half hat trick. And the Wings now lead at 6-3. I guess he's done. He's heading down the tunnel too. That's enough.
Look how this is set up. It all comes with this beautiful pick by Sam LeClaire. Sets up Jones. The sniper sharpshooter just picks that upper corner. Great gritty play by LeClaire to pop open Jones that just snipes the corner. Beautiful goal for the hat trick.
Yeah, you see him there on the bench. He's fine. I just think he wanted some dramatic effect
Right,
there.
there you go. Wings up by the 3 goals that Mitch Jones has added to the scoring column.
Vancouver is looking to get out of this rut that they're in. They have not scored since the 4:29 mark of the first quarter. Here's Martell on the right side. Martell skips it to Crowley. He fires it wide. Martell's going to get the rebound back. 7 to shoot. tried a long shot. That was blocked off the stick by Nate Fair, and the Wings are going to take over here behind their own net. Nate Fair's with a strong first half here so far, both in the circle and on the defensive side.
I agree, making a name for himself right away. Number 20, Nate Fair's in the lineup, playing good offense, great defense, making his presence felt.
Reza Terrence tried to find Catoni, missed him. Reardon couldn't pick that up. Here comes Vancouver the other way on the break. A shot, save made by Damoud. It is right underneath him. He doesn't want to move because he doesn't know where that ball is. It could fall in if he moves, but it was safely below that right leg.
Owen Grant, the transition player, number 16 for Vancouver. He's been productive already. He's got 12 points on the year and 7 goals. He's pushing the transition. Great save by Damoud.
Owen Grant, a University of Delaware product. And he's been very effective here for the Vancouver Warriors over the past few years. Vancouver picking up another loose ball. They'll work it around the right side. Sam LeClaire has now gone up the tunnel for the Wings as well. I don't know if there's some good food up there or if there's actually something going on, but everybody's headed back up the tunnel here in this first half. Here's Keegan Ball to the right side. Here's a shot. They score! Adam Sherlambides snaps the drought.
All started by Kevin Crowley going straight down the middle, possessing the ball. The defenders thought that he lost the ball, but he regains possession. He keeps possession and then finds Sherlambides streaking from that left-hand side. Crowley still has the ball. The defenders thought that it was thrown away. It gets back to Keegan Ball, who finds a streaking Sherlambides, who just paced the 90-degree corner. Beautiful accuracy. What a shot by Sherlambides. His second of the game.
And you see Kevin Crowley there is creeping up on 900 career points. He's 3 away. He got a good chunk of them here with the current version of the Wings, and also picked up some with the original Wings at the start of his career. We've got a timeout on the floor with 9:06 left to go here in this second quarter. Vancouver's going to have possession when we come back. It is a 6-4 lead for the Wings.
We're here to sweat the details, to test and retest. Because when you're known for speed and reliability inside, you need to deliver speed and reliability outside, in all kinds of weather, all year round. Because if it can handle all of this, it can definitely handle this. Introducing Aero Outdoor 7. Aero, the way Wi-Fi should be.
Welcome back to Philadelphia. Wings head coach Ian Rubel got to be happy with how things have handled so far here for the Wings.
Yes, he is. I mean, just a great lineup of coaches behind the bench. We talk about Tracy Kaluski, but Pat McCready's on the bench as well. Great staff leading these Philadelphia Wings.
Warriors have outscored their opponents 25-18 in the first half this year, but so far it's the Wings with the upper hand. As here's a shot from Sherlambides right off the chest protector of Nick Damoud, and that rebound is going to bounce past 4 people back into Sherlambides' stick. Here is Martell working it down to that right side. I'll put it back off to Sherlambides. Cross floor for Keegan Ball. Here's Ball. Working around a pick. Crowley set it. Here's Ball looking to shoot. Save made by Damoud. And the Wings will get to that loose ball.
Damoud, great save. He's a 6-foot, 210-pound goaltender. Stands very vertical and tall in the net, trying to take away those corners. Big save right there on Keegan Ball.
Mitch Jones to Reza Terrence. Comes up high. Here's Brennan O'Neill to the crease. Got the shot away. Save made by Walsh. Loose ball along the near boards. First one to it was Jones, but he's got two Warriors all over him. They knock it free, and a good pickup here for Vancouver.
Swarming defense by Vancouver. Looked like Jones had that, but just great defensive effort by the Warriors to create the turnover.
Matt Beers and Tony Malcolm, a couple of veterans going at it out there near midfield. And Vancouver gets it down low. Sharon Beatty's low shot. That one skipped wide. Ball with the rebound and 9 to shoot. Here's Keegan Ball thinking things over. Faked the shot, lost the handle on it, gets it back, dips it out in front, and it's going to roll right into the stick of Nick Damude.
Mike McCanna with some nice defense on Ball. Thought Ball was going to have a high percentage shot, but loses it.
This is Malcolm trying to hand it off. He will get it to Reardon, and now he'll leave so the change can complete. Jones out on the floor. Reardon, and now here's Holden Catoni. Catoni winding up, fires it wide. Long rebound to Resetarits, but out of his stick, and it's picked up immediately by Ramos Shenito, one of the rookies on this team. Transition opportunity out in front. It's loose, and it'll come to Vancouver. They're going to get reset here as they'll just bring it all the way up high. Alex Stathikas, the face-off man, picked up that loose ball and rescued the possession. Vancouver passes it right into the fourth row of the stands on the near side of your screen. I mean, that was directly into the fourth row.
Right, little errant.
There's a little guy down there that has the ball now. Fortunately, he didn't catch it when it was thrown into there.
There's a ball called a shiner. That could have been a shiner. They just lost control of it and whipped it into the stands.
Here's Brennan O'Neill with 10 to shoot. O'Neill looking for a lane, goes to Resetarits. His shot deflected off the stick. Mitch Jones trying to get to that loose ball, but he's just going to hold things up here because the shot clock is going to wind down anyway. And Vancouver will take it over. Wings are going to be off next week after this 2-game week. Vancouver does have a battle next week against Ottawa on Friday night. Here's Ball, fires and scores. Keegan Ball got everything on that shot. And he's pulled the Warriors back within one at 6-5.
Keegan Ball, so dangerous, such a great shooter. That's the second of the game, 15th on the season. He already had a 6-goal game against San Diego. Look at him, he kind of dips his shoulder a little bit to get Damude to drop, and then he just buries it up top. Beautiful goal and accuracy by number 45, Keegan Ball.
Ball, he can go off on just a moment's notice. He had a sock trick in January 10th that was entirely in the fourth quarter. One of just 4 players to do that in the NLL.
Yeah, I mean, he's a producer. He's a goal scorer. He had 105 points last year. He was number 3 in goals in the National Lacrosse League last season with 49. That guy knows how to put in the back of the net.
And here is Ball now looking to tie it up. He got it to Crowley. Crowley rings the post. Rebound right in and out of the stick of Charlin Beatties. He'll pick it up, though, and a fresh shot clock here for Vancouver. Crowley trying to come out in front. Was denied the opportunity. Now he hands it off to the net. Here's a shot. They score! The game-tying goal from Jonathan Peshko.
What a move by Peshko. Face dodge city. Dominic comes out a little too aggressive. Peshko just gives him the stick fake and face dodges and goes right to the goal. Dives across the crease. Let's look at it. Face dodge. Dominic goes by. Feet up. Might be in the crease, but he gets out and jams it in the far corner. Let's take another look at that. If he got in the crease, we'll see. But what a great acrobatic dive goal by Peshko.
And it is going to be a challenge here for me and Rubel, so we're going to get our first action here from our officiating crew this evening. Our crew chief tonight is Mark Gardonio. Referees are Mark Thompson and Mike Melvin, and Matt Schwartz is on the shot clock.
Scott Dominy's so aggressive in his defense. That time he just came in a little out of control. Peshko's high stick, perfect face dodge. Dominy flies right by, and then he just has the presence of mind to bring it in front of the crease, dive across, stick it to the upper corner. We want to take a look to see if that launch foot, his left foot, is in the crease, however. See if we can see it here.
Peshko's there, number 20. He'll dodge the hit from Domini.
It's actually a push by Ball. Cross check from behind that makes Domini go flying.
Peshko, a rookie out of Johns Hopkins in his first NLL year, and here we're looking at that left foot.
White sneaker on a white crease. Looked like it was in. I don't know if we could see it from the aerial shot.
They are getting the aerial shot there as Mark Godonio is on the left taking a look at things, and from what we saw here in the building on that aerial shot, it's just out of frame. So we'll continue to take a look at this one. This is, of course, the final game of Week 8 around the NLL, and you see there in your top left how close Vancouver came to getting the win in Ottawa the other night. That was a Friday night affair. Toronto finally got in the win column. They snapped a 5-game losing streak with a victory over Saskatchewan. That helped everybody else on the left side of the standings in the NLL. And Rochester eking out a win over Halifax 10-9. That Buffalo-Philadelphia game, that was a barn burner at the end, but Buffalo held on. They're the only remaining undefeated team in the NLL here at 5-0 on the season.
Tom Schreiber came back for Toronto with a big game for the victory.
Albany with a 13-10 win over Colorado to snap a 4-game losing streak. Las Vegas gets into the win column as they beat San Diego 12-10. And Calgary with a overtime thriller. Hayden Dixon getting the game winner in a 12-11 victory over Georgia, which actually helps Philadelphia and Vancouver.
Sellout crowd in Las Vegas in the Joe Tsai Cup. Great game down there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that Buffalo game, it was really something. The Wings found out why Buffalo's offense is so potent, and then they almost came all the way back for the win. I think we've got a decision here. We'll go down to the floor.
The call on the floor stands. We have a good goal.
That was my suspicion, that was going to be inconclusive. The overhead look, the step that we were looking for was out of the frame, and I don't think you saw enough from that angle that we had to overturn it. So sometimes that happens, and so the call on the floor stands.
Yep, inconclusive, but a great acrobatic goal for Peshko.
So 5 minutes even left here in the first half, and we start over at 6-aside.
Very even match on the face-off. Stathakis right there with the win.
And that is going to be an all-important factor here as this game goes on. Here's Keegan Ball trying to get away from the Wings defense. Dishes it off. Behind the back pass goes right into the stick of Connor Sellers, and Sellers is going to break up the floor. Here is Sellers slowing it down, trying to get away from some pressure here, and now he'll dish it off, and the Wings will get the rest of the offense out. Here is Caputo, 11 to shoot. So the Wings haven't even really gotten set up yet on this possession. Now it'll be Reza Terrence up high, distance from net, got it to Jones. He fired one that bounced wide, and so the Warriors will get to it at the center of the floor, but the shot clock, fortunately for the Wings, had expired as it draws the whistle. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor with 4 minutes left to go in this second quarter. We are all tied up at 6 as the Warriors come charging back here on the Wings.
Okay. Yep.
Welcome back to Philadelphia. Wings and Warriors all tied up at 6, and Aiden Wilson has been the backbone of this team this year.
Aiden Walsh right there, look, averaging 9 goals against per game. Wings already have 6 on him, so we'll see what happens. He's seeing a little more rubber than expected, but for an 81% save percentage guy.
Let's go down to our floor with our Mary McGinnis.
Yeah, one thing to keep an eye on, guys, is it's been all 5-on-5 play thus far, and one of the big decision makers in this game could be the Wings power play, which is league leading, performing at 73%. They went 3 for 3 against Buffalo this weekend, and I asked Mitch Jones why the power play has been so successful. He said it's because they have so many great shooters, and the defense is never sure which guy is actually going to take the shot. So we'll see if Vancouver can continue to stay out of the box today.
Yeah, it hasn't even been close, Scott. The Wings power play is clicking along at 73%. Second best in the league is at about 56.
Well, credit to Kurt Milowski and his coaching staff, keeping this team very disciplined on defense. Don't take any dumb penalties. You take a penalty, you're giving up a goal. So great to see for the defense, and a goal right there for Vancouver.
And that was a great save by Nick Damude on the first attempt, but the rebound comes right out to Marcus Clarich, playing just his second game of the year. Clarich dips home his second goal, and Vancouver is retaking the lead.
Clarich with an opportunistic goal right in front. Already has one on the assist. Look at him kind of coming down with the pick, finds that ball in the crease, leaps outside of it, and buries it over the shoulder of Damude. Just gritty play, moving around, finding that loose ball, putting it over the shoulder of the goaltender.
Clarich played on Black Friday, the opening game of the NLL season back on November the 29th. Hasn't been in the lineup since, but he gets in here today on the second half of the 2-game week here for the Warriors, and he gets a goal, and it's put his club on top again.
Youngster Clarich, 6'3", 175-pounder, drafted in the 22 draft, second round.
Here is Kevin Crowley. Stepping away, got a shot off. It was wide. Sherlin Beatties will look for this rebound, but Fair bumped him. It's not in his stick yet, and the shot clock is going to expire, so that's going to give it to Philadelphia.
Nate Fair, again, another great play. Good defense, creates the turnover.
Here is Mitch Jones looking for an equalizer, fires it wide. Long rebound's going to come out to Sam LeClaire, over to Rezaterets. His pass was blocked. Comes to Caputo. Caputo running into some traffic. Got the ball knocked away, got it back. Now trying again. He's going to move it out to O'Neal up high. O'Neal with a shot. That one is stopped by Walsh. Ball's loose on the floor, finally tucked back into the goaltender's stick.
O'Neal on the right-hand side of the floor takes a wide shot, almost picked up by Jones.
Here is Keegan Ball. Stepping ahead, runs into 2 wings. Now he'll come up high, looking for a lane. Can't find one, dishes it off. Shot, they score! And Vancouver continuing the run. They're now up by 2 as Sherlin Beatties puts it home.
Sherlin Beatties, what a great stick fake jab step right there. Freezes Damude and just buries it over the shoulder. Let's take another look at it here. Ball finds him on the far side. Look at him coming in. Watch this fake. Gets the defender to react and gets Damude to drop a little bit, and then just snipes that corner. Great little stick fake there. Active stick shot. Goal. Vancouver up 2, 8-6.
They have now matched the Wings run. Wings reeled off 5 in a row. Now Vancouver's got 5 in a row to regain this advantage. Coming up on the NLL halftime report, Mary talks to the star of the first half. A game of lacrosse, tic-tac-toe, and first half analysis of this one, all coming up at the half.
Swarming defense by Philadelphia, but leads to a turnover by the defender. Back to Vancouver.
Warriors looking to extend their lead as Keegan Ball's got it on the left side. Comes around behind Crowley. He slips on the turf. It comes up. Crowley got it back. Crowley behind the back. That one wide. And the ball picked up by Philadelphia as the Wings catch a bit of a break there. Here is Wagner at center.
This is a game of runs right here. You see it there. Vancouver's been 3-0. Philadelphia was 5-0, but now Vancouver's been 5-0 and has the 8-6 lead.
Shot from Ryan Dilks was stopped by Damoud and then went out of play. So Vancouver will start fresh here with 1:07 left in the quarter. Here's Ball. Held to just 1 goal against Ottawa, and that was the last goal of the game for the Warriors. Charlin Beatties around behind the crease. Tips it out up high. Here's Peshko getting it off for Lowen. Lowen's shot was blocked. Wings have the ball at the moment, and now they'll move it ahead out of space, and a penalty coming up here against Vancouver.
Active sticks by the Philadelphia defense. Looks like they drew a penalty right there.
That was Tony Malcolm who was trying to get out of harm's way, and harm befell him, but it draws a penalty. Here is Katoni, fires, scores! Holden Katoni on the delayed penalty, puts it home. That'll end the Vancouver run, and the Wings are back within a goal.
Holden Katoni, Mr. Accuracy, just so dangerous from all over the floor. Outside shot. Extra man, defenders are trying to set themselves up, but Katoni sees a part of the net, and he just buries it low. Again, coming off of a huge game last Saturday against Buffalo, where he had 2 goals. I'm sorry, he had 3 goals and 5 assists for 8 points. In the top 10 of scoring. A lot of talk goes to Resetarits and Jones, but Holden Katoni's been just as productive as anybody in this league.
Then we get a timeout called off that face-off. Vancouver winning possession, and now they'll set things up for a final play here with 19 seconds left to go in the half.
Kurt Milowski's going to bring his team in. Bob McMahon right there. Milowski's going to drop a play. Walsh is on the bench. It'll be a 6-on-5 opportunity, trying to use a man advantage. Probably start this offense around 9 seconds, burn some clock, then get their offense in motion. Pat McCready's bringing in his defensive unit, trying to kill the 5-on-6.
Don't miss any of the action this season. Head to NLL.com/tickets and get front row seats to your favorite NLL team. For all the big hits, highlight reel goals, and star-studded matchups, that's NLL.com/tickets. You see Aiden Walsh there on the bench. He will be replaced by a forward. And Nick Damoud's going to try to keep things as they are. It's been a back-and-forth game. 3 straight for the Warriors, 5 straight for the Wings, then 5 straight for the Warriors before Holden Katoni.
There's the big cat, number 21, Crowley. He's a threat on this offensive rush. You're going to have him on the right-hand shooter spot. Keegan Ball on the right-hand point shot. And then Riley Lowen at the very point on the 6-on-5 advantage.
So Vancouver's going to let some time run off before they start their play. This is Lowen up top, starting things off. He'll dish it off to the right. Now here's Keegan Ball. Crowley's behind the net. Ball puts it on net. Save made by Damoud. Charlin Beatties gets to the rebound, but the horn sounds. And the Wings able to get a stop there and limit that Vancouver lead to just a goal, headed into the locker room for halftime after a great first half here in Philadelphia.
Damoud, the Vancouver Warriors were trying to swing that ball aside to get Damoud to hold to the far pipe, but he got back for that save. Great play by Damoud to keep it a 1-goal game.
It's been a great first half for Adam Charlin Beatties. 7 points. He's got the hat trick, and he's downstairs with our Mary McGinnis.
Adam, your team reeled off 5 straight goals there. What changed in the second quarter?
Just sticking to our process. You know, lacrosse is a game of runs. Sometimes they're going to go on their runs, and we just got to stay consistent with our play and stick to our game plan. So we did a good job of that.
What's the key to pulling away here in the second half?
Not to repeat my answer, but sticking to the process and just grinding, right? They played Saturday versus Buffalo. We played Friday versus Ottawa, so it's going to be kind of a battle of will here in the second half.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Adam Charlin Beatties only had 3 goals on the season before today. He's got 3 in the first half. And behind the strength of that, the Vancouver Warriors have a 1-goal lead at halftime. We'll be back with halftime coverage here from Wells Fargo Center. Welcome back to Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. It's halftime, but welcome back to Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. It's halftime between the Wings and the Warriors. The NLL is all about having fun while competing, and the fun doesn't stop once the game is over. Sometimes even the broadcasters need to get in on the action, and that's the case tonight. It's broadcaster versus player, as Ottawa Black Bears forward Connor Kiernan takes on our own colleague, Pat Gregoire, in a thrilling game of lacrosse tic-tac-toe brought to you by Eero. Who will claim victory in this unique face-off? Let's take a look.
The middle one shouldn't be hard. That's usually where I used to shoot the ball, right at the goalie's chest. So. What's up, guys? We're back here at the track, NLL Media Day. Tic-tac-toe continues. And I don't know if you pulled the short stick here, but apparently we're going one-on-one right now.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors, shoot?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, your honors, either shoot first or...
You go first.
All right.
Let you have it.
Bold strategy.
I knew I was fine. Whoa! There it is. If I lose the patty, I will not hear the end of it in my locker room.
Ultimate max fine.
Oh, we're in trouble.
That's not the one I wanted, but...
Hey, for the record, I'm an inside shooter. Inside shooter, get that on camera.
I mean, that's a goal scorer. Played in front of sold-out buildings, raucous crowds. Probably never been so nervous to the ball before, have you?
TSN media guy here? Oh, no way. Starstruck. This is his wedding gift if he wins.
Thank you.
Where's my wedding gift?
There we go. He's back. I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. I'm in big trouble.
Sandbagging.
Absolute choke job. Choke job by me.
That was better than I thought.
Cut it. Cut it. We're done here. So that balloon wasn't regulation size.
I think Connor was just letting Patty hang around for a while at the beginning of that one. That's our competition for today. We got more competition coming up here in Philadelphia. Second half is up just ahead. Scott and I'll recap the first half for you when we come back here to Wells Fargo Center. That'll work. Only problem is I'm sitting in front of the only monitor that works right now.
Might need some more lights.
Do you know what that means, Christine? Christine looks like she's a pro at this. Can I hold this on my lap? Where's this monitor?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Are we only going to be on camera once? Okay. So once we're done, we can stand up and you can look at this.
Okay.
All right. I don't care what John Kruk says. Christine's the best. So I don't care what Krucker says. You're the best. Krucker spends the entire summer just abusing her.
Yeah.
On the air, off the air, it's crazy. I'll be sitting at home laughing and nobody else in the house knows why I'm laughing. It's because Krucker's abusing Christine on the air. Nobody knows who Christine is. Welcome back to Wells Fargo Center. NLL Week 8 coming to a close as the Vancouver Warriors and the Philadelphia Wings duke it out. And the Warriors have a one-goal lead here at the break. 8-7 is our score. Hello, everyone. Brian Smith, Scott Gabrielson here with you at Wells Fargo Center on Holiday Lacrosse here. And we've always said, Scott, it can be a game of runs. That's definitely the case here today.
No doubt about it. What a great game so far. Very close, high-powered offense, good goaltending by each goaltender. You know, barely even match, 8-7 ball game. Gotta love it.
Really, we saw a little bit of everything we expected to see out of both of these teams today. Some strong goaltending so far, and on the other side, though, the offense has been great on both sides of the ball. Mitch Jones is going at it, though, against his former team.
Mitch Jones, hey, he's got 3 in the first half, 3 goals, 1 assist. Let's see this effort. It starts off the scoring with his little underhand shuffle for Jones, and then he starts dialing it in. A beautiful pass by Katoni. Diving goal, buries it, and then watch this little snipe shot from outside. Just pace the corner for his 3rd of the half. For the Vancouver Warriors, the run is Cheryl Embiid's number 8. Look at this swim move. Reaches around, buries it far side against Damude. Then he pastes the corner from outside for number 8, Keegan Ball. Great move, little flip of the stick. Little fake jab step, bang. He's got his hat trick for the first half, but he's got 4 assists to go with that. 7 points in this first half.
You see the shots on goal. Vancouver was trailing Philadelphia for some time, but had a great second quarter. They have a pretty significant advantage there. That power play number at the bottom, that's good for Vancouver, bad for Philadelphia. They want an opportunity on the man advantage.
Yes, they do. Very disciplined play by both teams. No penalties. Love it. Look at that face-off number. 12 for Vancouver to 5 for Philadelphia. That's a change that Philadelphia wanted to make, but Vancouver's got their number in this first half.
And again, a lot of those wins came in the second quarter, which was a huge one for Vancouver. Wings looking to turn the tide when the third quarter begins. We're going to have second half action for you in just a moment here from Wells Fargo Center. Great first half here, and we got more to come in just a moment. Before we begin the second half of tonight's game, we want to take a moment to say our hearts are with everyone impacted by the devastating wildfires in Southern California. Those displaced from their homes, those facing uncertainty, and the communities working to rebuild. We also want to express our deepest gratitude to the courageous first responders, firefighters, emergency personnel, and volunteers who are risking their lives to protect others and preserve our communities. Tonight, we stand in solidarity with Southern California and send our support and strength to all those affected. Thank you for joining us in recognizing the resilience of our communities and the bravery of those on the front lines. Help people affected by the California wildfires in 2025. Donate at redcross.org/ESPN. Back here at Wells Fargo Center, getting ready to start the third quarter. Vancouver coming back to take a one-goal lead after the first half here today. Taking a look at what's going on around the NLL next week. Wings are going to be off. The Vancouver Warriors will be back at home against Ottawa. Also north of the border, Calgary welcomes in Toronto. It's Colorado visiting Rochester, and Albany will try to continue to slow down the Saskatchewan rush.
After seeing that, Toronto finally has their first win. See if they can continue that.
And again, we're talking about Aiden Walsh only averaging 9 goals for an entire game this year. Vancouver allowing 7 in that first half. That's, again, the second game in a row here where the Wings have been able to relatively handle a team with a really strong defense.
And that's something we talked about in the open, right? He's got 9 goals against, 7 in the first half. Wings are used to doubling up this. They expect to score at least 14 goals. We'll see how that goes second half. But Vancouver starts it off with the scoring. Chamberlain's again with a big goal.
4 on the game for Adam Charlambides. He's got 8 points now. 27 seconds into the third quarter, he's made it a 9-7 game.
Charlambides just does it on his own. Little one-on-one, little flip it. Puts that he's a lefty, puts that stick in his right hand, comes back to his strong left, and gets that upper corner. 4 goals to go with 4 assists. Charlambides with 8 points so far.
Had some words from Mike McCannell there at the end as well. Breakout year for Charlambides last year. Again, 98 points after only 59 the year before, but only had 3 goals this year up until this point. Well, he certainly found his game here today. As he's looking for more, Charlambides on the right side. He'll skip it out high. Here's a shot whistled wide of the net. That was off the stick of Jonathan Peshko. Ends up in the Wings bench. It'll be Philadelphia ball.
Yeah, 8 points so far in this game. Charlambides played at Rutgers, up by 95.
Shot deflected off the stick of a man, and it's going to be Vancouver ball going the other way. He's 29 years old, but he's only in his 4th season because he took 3 medical red shirts at Rutgers.
Had some unfortunate injuries with his knees, but he's come back bigger, stronger, and he's proven that tonight.
Here is Keegan Ball, flips it into the middle into a bunch of players, and the Wings come out with it, trying to move it up the floor, and Connor Sellers able to deftly spin away from the pressure of Marcus Claridge there. Now Domini's got it at midfield. They'll work at the Blaze Reardon on the right. And now Catoni off the bench, back to Rezzateris. Back to Catoni, hit him right in the mask. Comes to Reardon though. Reardon coming up high. Got it back off for Sam Leclerc. 5 to shoot. Leclerc out in front, low bid, whistles wide. And Vancouver is going to push that ball right back to Aiden Walsh.
Aiden Walsh saw 20 shots in that first half, had 13 saves. Daymute saw 29 shots, had 21 saves. Goaltenders are doing their job.
Shot over the top by Ryan Martell was deflected and ends up in the stick of Daymute. His pass ahead was dropped initially, but Philadelphia able to pick it up, and they'll set up for the possession. Joe Rezzateris, no goals as of yet. Looking to get on the board for the first time. Rezzateris fires one in on net, save made, rebound, another stop by Walsh. He got that left arm up, and he keeps it out.
Caputo with a great loose ball right in front, tries to get that upper right-hand corner, but no, taken away by Walsh with the right-hand or left-hand glove save.
Here's Ball. Hands it off for Klarich. Now down the right side, it's Riley Lowen coming up high. Skips it back out to Crawley to the net. Save made by Damoud. He gets that right arm up. Wings get it back, and Liam Patton now has it at center. Off the bench, here's Rezateras. Dishes it off. A shot whistles wide. Long rebound out near midfield, picked up by Patton. He got shoved, had to get rid of it. Reed Bowering now has got it, and he'll move it ahead with some assistance. Here's a bid. They shoot and they score. In transition, it's Owen Grant.
Starts with great defense by Jackson Suba right there. With the turnover, ball finds Owen Grant's stick. Here comes Grant. Looks it off, takes the shot himself, buries it low versus Damoud with the goal. Vancouver up by 3.
And another face-off win here for the Warriors, so they have a firm grip on the momentum and trying to keep it that way.
Stavtakis, known as one of the best face-off men in the world. Great player in college, University of Denver. Certainly knows this area, playing against Villanova for 4 years. Now starting his career for Vancouver, coming back to play against the Philadelphia Wings.
Stavtakis finished second in all the career face-off numbers for his career at Denver. He could not quite catch Trevor Baptiste, but he passed everybody else. And now he's doing it in the NLL here for Vancouver, and Grant is looking for more. Here's Owen Grant down the floor, fires it wide. Long rebound, bounces out, picked up by the Warriors, but Isaiah Davis-Allen's all over a guy. He's gonna force the turnover.
Great defense by Davis-Allen, swarming deep, creates the turnover.
That was Ramos Shenito that was trying to keep it alive for the Warriors. Here's a shot over the top and a kick save made by Walsh. Goes into the stands, and it will be Wings ball. Mitch Jones is going to start it on the right side. Jones around behind Blaze Reardon, dishes it off to Rezateras. His shot is stopped, and the loose ball is picked up by Braden Laity. Good stop there for the Warriors.
Matching up on Rezateras, trying to take away his outside shot, forcing him inside, where Walsh makes the save.
Here's Ball. Into the corner, now out looking for Crowley with that pass. It was off the mark. Ball's gonna get to it. He hasn't picked it up. Now he gets some help. Long bid on net with 4 on the shot clock, stopped by Damoud, and he'll get to the rebound. Wings trying to get the offense going. Holden Katoni had that one goal with about 24 seconds left in the second quarter. But other than that, the Wings hadn't scored since the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. And that obviously is not going to get it done. So Philadelphia looking to get out of that drought. They'll have an opportunity here with possession when we come back. Time out on the floor with 9:35 left in this third quarter. And the Warriors enjoying a 10-7 lead.
For all ages. Go to your favorite team's website or visit nll.com/tickets and experience the excitement for yourself today.
We're here to sweat the details, to test and retest. Because when you're known for speed and reliability inside, you need to deliver speed and reliability outside, in all kinds of weather, all year round. Because if it can handle all of this, it can definitely handle this. Introducing Aero Outdoor 7. Aero, the way Wi-Fi should be.
Vancouver Warriors leading the Philadelphia Wings 10-7 here in the third quarter, as they've got all the momentum right now. Wings, though, with possession here, about to try to snap what's been a pretty dry scoring drought for them. The National Lacrosse League celebrates the heritage of this game and the many indigenous contributions we all enjoy. During warm-ups, players wore orange shirts designed by Mohawk artist Corey Parkin as a reminder that every child matters. The artwork contains several indigenous symbols such as a sky dome, turtle shell, tree of peace, and variations of a wooden stick, which has long been used throughout the game's history. We invite you to visit NLLUnites.com to learn more. Joe Resetarits going to start things off here as the Wings look to get the offense going.
He's still shut out on the goal scoring column. He's got 3 assists, but he's looking to break the ice with a goal.
Resetarits bounces one looking short side there on Walsh, but he got a piece of that, sent it up over the glass and out of play, and Resetarits will restart to Phil Caputo, and they'll work it around via Reardon to the right side for Jones. Here's Mitch Jones. Drops it off. Now in front, here's Resetarits. Diving attempt wide of the net. Loose ball in front of the Vancouver bench will be picked up by the Warriors. Ryan Dilks getting to that one. Here is Charlene Beatties on the right side. Coming up high, off for Keegan Ball. Back to Charlene Beatties, back to Ball. They play catch. Ball trying to wind up. Now he gets it off to Charlene Beatties. Out in front, Crowley's shot was wide of the net. Charlene Beatties gets that back with 5 to shoot. He's double teamed near the restraining line. Dishes it off to Crowley. Last second shot was stopped by Damoud, and that ball was acting oddly. Damoud wanted to make sure it didn't go in his net, but he's finally able to get to that loose ball.
Nice defense by number 41, Alex Pace. They're going to stick on Crowley.
Here's a chance up over the top for O'Neill. That was wide of the net. Long rebound, swatted at, but it goes over the line. So Vancouver will have it the other way, and Reed Bowering thought about getting things going. Now he'll slow it up.
Bowering, a Drexel University product, leads all defensemen in scoring with 8 points.
Here's the big cat, Kevin Crowley on the left side. Shuffles his way up high. One-handed pass to Charlene Beatties. Charlene Beatties back over far side. Crowley's shot stopped by Damoud. And the Wings pick up that rebound. It's Dominy, head of steam up the left side. Dominy to the net, shoots wide. And that rebound gobbled up by Vancouver.
Really nice seal pick by Connor Sellers.
And
Dominy took the shot, but he went down.
He's down at the other end of the floor, and they've stopped the proceedings here to get the Wings trainers out to have a look. You see here Dominy got hit by Grant after he got that shot off, and it's that right knee that he's clutching. He seems to know that something is not right there. And they're going to help him off the floor, so we hope the best for Scott Dominy. That certainly does not look good.
He's their leading loose ball gatherer all over the floor. He's already had a great game tonight. You've been seeing him everywhere on the floor. Big loss for Philadelphia, but next man up mentality for those transition players for Ian Rubel's Wings.
Yeah, Dominy's already gathered 6 loose balls here on the evening, and again, you just hope that that is not too serious. Let's go downstairs to our Mary McGinnis.
Yeah, the Wings have had a few good stops here in back-to-back possessions. Pat McCready was emphasizing they need to help each other and better communicate. They can't get too boxed up and leave men wide open.
And we've got a holding the stick penalty coming up here on Vancouver, so the Wings are going to get that first power play that they were looking for in this contest as Kevin Crowley's headed to the box.
And it looks like an offensive penalty that Crowley's not happy about with a hold of the stick. Let's see what the referee has to say.
Vancouver number 21, 2 minutes holding the stick.
And of course, Kevin Crowley, with all the time that he spent here in Philadelphia, he knows that welcome well to the box, even though I'm not sure he's ever had a penalty here, at least not in a while.
Here's Wagner, right? First penalty of the game. Here's Wagner trying to pick him. Crowley, seasoned vet, holds a stick so he can't slide, but called for the penalty. Here comes the Wings on the power play.
A little bit of a mishap there, though, on that exchange between Resetarits and Catoni, and it's going to be an opportunity here for Vancouver to kill some time. There was one penalty called earlier in the game, but during the delay, Holden Catoni scored, so that wiped that penalty off the board. This is the first time we've seen the Wings power play, again, operating right now at 73%.
Number one in the National Lacrosse League, 16 of 22.
That means they've scored 16 goals and they've only gone without a goal 6 times, which is kind of nuts when you look at that ratio. And there it is, Joe Resetarits with his first goal of the game, and the power play strikes. Wings back within 2 at 10-8.
Before I could even say it, the most effective scorer in the National Lacrosse League on the power play is Joe Resetarits. He leads the league with 10 points, now make it 11. Look at Jones, a little flip to Resetarits, so accurate in his shot. Sees that low, far pipe, low and away. Joey Rez, great shot to put the Wings within 2.
Perhaps that power play is the shot in the arm the Wings need, as they will control off this face-off. There was a violation called, and so the Wings get the ball right back. And this is Mitch Jones on the right side, around the pick set by O'Neill. Now he got it off Resetarits, a shot. That one whistled, well, they did get a piece of it. Walsh got a foot on that. Wings get it back, and it'll be a fresh 30. You see there the power that Vancouver's been on, but the Wings trying to slow it down, and it's Joe Resetarits. He got one, the second one comes. Is he gonna go on a run? Wings back within 1 at 10-9.
He broke the ice and the floodgates are open. Joe Resetarits not to be denied. Shoot or shoot, and he's still shooting. Little lob pass by Jones. Nice little dip under and through. Fakes high, finishes to the 5-hole. Great goal by Resetarits. He's your National Lacrosse League leader in points, and he's adding to it. There's 2 more.
And the Wings gonna get it back one more time here off this face-off at center. As Resetarits looking to keep some things going here offensively for the Wings. Resetarits will send it to the right side. This is Catoni. Dishes it back off for Jones. His shot was wide. And Jones is not going to get to that loose ball. It goes back over midfield, so it'll be Vancouver possession. Here's Charlin Beatty's on the right side, looking to keep his solid game going. Keegan Ball now, getting away from Ryan Wagner. Charlin Beatty's into the corner. Kasich with it, winds and fires. That's blocked off the stick, out of play. And so a fresh 30 here for Vancouver, but a good block there by Liam Patton. On the right side now, it's Clarich with it. Knocked away from him, and it ends up in the stick of Nick Damoud, who's looking to move it up the floor. Connor Sellers is up there, and he's got it. He's going to hand it off, and this is Sam Leclerc. Leclerc out there pretty much by himself at the moment. Now here comes the reinforcements. Off to Reardon, right side. Here is Catoni. Catoni spins around a man. Rather, goes back to the right side for Resetarits. Resetarits to his left. A shot blocked in front, and it comes down to the possession of Adam Walsh.
Resetarits with a left-handed shot. Whoa, did I see that?
Yeah, you did. He's feeling it if he's going to his left like that,
right.
That's for sure.
They took away his right. He rolled back, took a lefty shot. Nice save by Walsh.
Worked over to the left side for Ball. Tried to feed it in front, but there's way too much going on there for anybody to catch that. And Nate Fair moving it up the floor. Got it off for Tony Malcolm. Malcolm with his first goal as a wing in the first half. And he gets it to Resetarits coming off the bench. Rather, that's Caputo. Now it's over in that right side corner. Jones feeding it off for Catoni. Back to Caputo. His shot whistled wide. Picked up by Jones. Tried to one-hand it back toward the net because the shot clock was winding down. It'll be Vancouver ball. We've got a timeout on the floor with 3:39 left to go in this third quarter. Back and forth affair continuing as the Wings trying to claw back to equalize here in the third. Back with more here at Wells Fargo Center in just a moment.
At 7 p.m. Head to WingsLAX.com for tickets now. Skip pass. That's it.
Welcome back to Wells Fargo Center. Head to NLL.com Fan Zone to vote for the Connection of the Month presented by Eero today. One lucky winner will be selected to win a prize valued at $1,200. NLL Pick'em is the new way to get involved. With weekly and monthly prizes, everyone has a chance to win. Play today at the NLL Fan Zone. Well, coming into this game, Scott, the Wings had the league's leading scorer, the league's third place scorer. Now they've got the top two.
Yes, they do. Just the production out of these two Wings is tremendous. Joe Resetarich, Mitch Jones, averaging over 8 points per game on the season. They continue to do it. And then we mentioned earlier, Holden Katoni is 10th in the league in scoring. He's been incredibly consistent as well, and has 2 tonight.
Wings are going to force a turnover, and they've got a transition opportunity here. Moving down the floor, it's Alex Pace. Fires, save made by Walsh, and the rebound knocked back to him by his defense. Wings were looking for the equalizer there. Could not quite come up with it, and now here comes Vancouver looking to add to that lead again. It's Martell coming up high. Moved it off for Peshko, and now into the left corner for Ball. Up high, it's Marcus Klarich. Dished it out in front, but that pass was off the mark, and it comes to Damoud, who will fling it ahead to Liam Patton. You can kind of feel these momentum shifts in this game, Scott, and right now it seems to have drifted back to Philadelphia's way, but Aiden Walsh is standing tall there, trying to keep it getting out of hand.
And he's rated his goals against average at 9. He's trying to shut the door.
Here's a chance for O'Neal, and Walsh keeps that out.
Great shot by O'Neal right in front, but a better save by Walsh on the rookie.
O'Neal, the leading scorer among rookies in the NLL right now. Here is Ball. Low save made by Damoud as he got that left leg on it. Ball's loose behind the net. Martell is knocked into by Ryan Wagner, and that is going to draw a whistle, and it's going to be Vancouver possession. Here is Kevin Crowley trying to add to the lead. Martell got it back. Martell's shot blocked off the stick. Crowley chugging out there to pick it up. And now he'll put it back to Keegan Ball. 11 to shoot for Ball. Ball fired one in. That was stopped and a save made. Rebound comes back out to Vancouver, and they'll have a fresh 30.
Off the crossbar. Crowley's got 2 off the bar. There's 1 for Ball, goalie's best friend.
Here is Keegan Ball. Left side, comes up top. Moves it out to Charlon Beatties. Out in front for Crowley. Fires, save made by Damoud. Nick Damoud keeping Kevin Crowley out of the goal column. 4 assists today for the Big Cat. But the big guns for both sides being a little bit frustrated by the goaltending. Here is Sam LeClaire to Mitch Jones. Jones looking for a lane. Off to LeClaire. That one rolled out of his stick before he could shoot. And The Wings are going to swat it back down deep. Let's go downstairs to our Mary McGinnis.
Yeah, back here by the Wings locker room, Scott Domini's been in and out of the trainer's room trying to put pressure on that knee. He's able to walk, but looks like now he might be coming back out, so we'll keep an eye out as he's about to enter the bench.
Here he does come back out on the bench, Scott Domini. That's pretty remarkable given the way that he looked like he reacted during that sequence, and right back out there with a new knee maybe, who knows. Here's Keegan Ball on the left side. Ball's pass was blocked. They'll go after it on the end board and sideboards rather, but it's going to be a shot clock violation, so the Wings will take over.
Great to see. I mean, Scott Domini is a leader on the floor, just a great attitude. Good to see him back in play.
So 8.1 showing on the clock here in the third. That means the Wings will have final possession here, and Nick Damude to the bench for the extra attacker. They move it back up to 9 seconds, and here comes Reardon. Wings not with a lot of time to waste here. Reardon's going to get it back. Goes to the right side. A shot blocked. And the Vancouver Warriors take a turn at getting a stop at the end of the quarter. Back and forth we went there in the third, but we end up the same way we started, with Vancouver holding a 1-goal lead. It's 10-9 as we head into the final 15 minutes here at Wells Fargo Center. It has been a fantastic contest so far, and we've got a great conclusion coming up. Headed to the final quarter here in Philadelphia. Vancouver clinging to a 1-goal advantage at 10-9. The next NLL Friday night on TSN is set as the Toronto Rock visit the Calgary Roughnecks Friday at 9 Eastern. Don't miss the action on TSN and ESPN+. Face-off violation is going to give Vancouver the ball to start this fourth quarter, and we're headed into a spot here, Scott, where every possession is vital.
That's for sure. Stathakis now 16 of 23 at the face-off dot. The Wings jumped, gave the ball back to Vancouver.
Here's Keegan Ball, dishes it off. Charlene Beatty's fakes to the net, and he stepped in the crease. He did tuck it home past Nick Damude, but he was adjudged to have had a foot in the crease. Kurt Malosky's got an iPad back there that he's trying to look at.
He wants to challenge it. What a great move by Cheryl Lambedes, but he's definitely in the crease.
Here's Reza Terrence left side, gets it off to Holden Katoni. The game continuing here, and Malosky's going to hold on to that challenge flag as a shot put in on net and gobbled up by Walsh. So a couple of stops here to start this fourth quarter. And now Keegan Ball runs the offense through him on that right side. Now to Charlene Beatty's a shot. Save made by Damude. Wings get it back. Jordan Storos moving it ahead. Malcolm trying to get to a guy off the bench, but we've got An illegal substitution here called against the Wings as they got the guys out the front door a little too fast.
They're going to call Joe Rez for leaving too soon.
2 minutes, illegal substitution.
The defensive player needs to be inside that back door before the offensive player can be released from the front door. Joe Rezateras left a little too early. 2 minutes.
So Mike McCannell will serve that penalty. And a huge moment here in this one for Vancouver. They get their first power play of the game. Their power play has not been as good as the Wings this year. 10 for 27, 37%. Ball moving it up high, a low shot kicked away by Damoud. They'll get the ball back in a fresh 30. Wings' power penalty kill has been dead on 50%. They've given up 13 goals in 26 shorthanded situations. Here's Crowley with a big shot, and that one gobbled up by Nick Damoud. It went into his glove, it looked like. He had to get that out of there before they could keep going. Here's Tony Malcolm.
Trying to do the penalty kill. Short man. Keegan Ball's the scorer from the power play with 4 goals, 7 points.
Minute 13 left on the man advantage as Ball gets it up top. He's got Crowley right there in front of him. Off for Charlon Beatties on the right. Tried to put it behind the net. That was knocked down out of midair, and the Wings got a stop there. They'll move it ahead up the floor, and it was Connor Sellers, it looked like, got his stick on that pass.
Stick up in the passing lane, knocks it down. Nice defense.
Brennan O'Neill on the right side. Wings will look to kill some time. They've got 11 to shoot. Shorthanded goal here would be equally huge for Philadelphia. O'Neill spinning, firing, scores! Brennan O'Neill shorthanded gets one by Aiden Walsh, and we are tied at 10.
Brennan O'Neill's the most dangerous player in the league, short man. He was tied for #1 in the National Lacrosse League with 2 shorthanded goals. Now he takes the individual lead with 3 shorthanded goals. Look at that shot from outside, catches Walsh off balance, buries it low. Big goal by O'Neill. 1 to tie the game, 2 to lead the National Lacrosse League in shorthanded goals.
The first overall pick in last year's NLL draft, Brennan O'Neill, continuing a great rookie season, and he gets a huge goal there to tie things up at 10. 22 seconds left on this power play as Vancouver tries to answer. Keegan Ball's shot is stopped by Damoud. Could not get that rebound back, though. And Martell takes it behind the net with a fresh clock. 10 seconds left on the power play.
Brennan O'Neill just shows how dangerous he is everywhere. He leads rookies in every scoring category, goals, assists, and points. And now he leads the league in shorthanded goals with 3.
Charlon Beatties with a shot stopped. Rebound is picked up, and a big hit laid on by Mike McCannell as he came out of the box. He clobbered Jonathan Peshko and causes the turnover. Wings looking to retake the lead. Holden Katoni on the right side. Wings have not led this game since the second quarter. Now they do.
It looks like Mitch Jones camped out in front. Great up picks by the off-ball Wings players to leave Jones wide open in front of the net. Feet outside the crease, fake finish. Look at Katoni, look at these up picks. There's Reardon. Jones just left in the middle. Gets a great pass from Katoni right in front, bang. Jams it low, beats Walsh in front. Mitch Jones, huge goal. Wings up by 1, 11-10.
And Scott, did the Wings take advantage of a situation there? You saw there were 2 forwards out there on defense, Jonathan Peshko, Kevin Crowley. That's where Mitch Jones went. We have a scrum along the near boards right now. There are at least 5 bodies in this pile. And finally, it's going to be whistled down and given to Vancouver.
Liam Patton, Jordan Storos mixing it up there, getting dirty along the boards.
So again, the Wings take the lead for the first time since the second quarter, and another big save by Nick Damude.
We talk about this game, and you even heard Sherilyn Beatty's talk about a game of runs. This is a game of runs, and the Wings are now on a 4-goal run to go up 11-10 on Vancouver. Make it 5.
Joe Resetarits, a hat trick here in the second half. And the Wings now up by 2 at 12-10.
Joe Resetarits, just the offensive production out of him is amazing. Continues to go, always moving, always a threat. Look at that great pick by the big-bodied Caputo to give Joe Rez the alley down the right-hand side. Shoots low, buries it. 3 goals for Joe Resetarits to go with 4, 7 points on the night. 1 off his 8-point average with 10 minutes to play.
Resetarits scored that power play goal back in the third quarter, and you wondered, is that going to get things going? Well, did it ever, as the Wings have scored 5 in a row here, but there's still a lot of lacrosse left to play this afternoon at Wells Fargo Center, and Sherilyn Beatty's trying to make his way to the net. Stopped by 2 Wings defenders. Alex Pace gets it ahead to Connor Sellers. Sellers with a shot, and that one stopped by Walsh. Sellers right back in front, and another shot was wide. Sam LeClaire tried to tuck it back toward the net, but Walsh able to gobble that up. Here's Vancouver looking for more. It's Owen Grant. His pass was off the mark, but ball gets the rebound off the boards. And now the Warriors offense getting set up a little bit as ball goes behind the net. Underhand scoop. Here's a low shot, whistled wide. That was off the stick of Peshko, and it goes out of play, so we get a timeout on the floor with 9:25 left here in this fourth quarter. The Philadelphia Wings have turned the tables on the Vancouver Warriors. They have a 12-10 lead.
Curtis Dixon and his teammate Dane Doby are littered all over the Calgary record book.
As the Rock will capitalize, this is why you bring your talents inside the box. Air Boucher takes flight.
Just rips it past.
Simply cannot miss.
This is your life without Eero.
Oh, come on.
The Wi-Fi's out again.
This is the worst.
Not now.
And this is your life with Eero.
Oh, come on.
Why would you do this to us?
This is the worst.
We can't improve everything in your life, but we can improve your Wi-Fi. It's fast, reliable, and now available outside your home. Eero, the way Wi-Fi should be.
Back at Wells Fargo Center here in the fourth quarter, Wings with a 12-10 lead. It's time now for the assist of the game, brought to you by Eero.
Let's take a look at this key play right here. Wings pushing the transition. Connor Sellers up to Scott Dominy with the goal right there. Sellers to Dominy. Sellers with the Eero assist of the game.
And Scott Dominy later on in the game went down with what looked like this was going to be a knee injury, but he went down the tunnel and somebody plugged him in and he regenerated and he's right back out here again. Wings with possession, looking to add to this lead as time ticks down here in the fourth quarter. Here's Catoni, finds Reardon to the net, and a save made by Walsh as Blaze Reardon cut a path, but a better save by the Vancouver goaltender.
Right on top of him, but Walsh was there. Reardon trying to get his first goal of the game. He's got 3 helpers trying to break the ice with a goal.
Reardon succeeded Kevin Crowley as the Wings captain a couple years back, as here's ball to the net, save made, and the Wings come away with it. Fast break opportunity here for Philadelphia, but A good change there by Vancouver to hold off Tony Malcolm. He's going to hand it off to the offense.
Smart play by Malcolm. Athletic and dangerous transition player. You see his speed as he's pushing it up the floor. Smart, fast, great loose ball guy. Number 4, Tony Malcolm starts this offensive rush. And it's finished by Brennan O'Neill with a left-handed rip.
Another one for the rookie. O'Neill with the hat trick. And the Wings now lead by 3. It's 13-10.
Just can't say enough about this kid here, Brennan O'Neill, number 1 overall draft pick in the 2024 National Lacrosse League draft. So big, been successful at every level he's played on. Look at this individual effort, finds the pick, just sweeps to a strong hand left, sidearm shot this time, beats Walsh low. 3 on the night for him in the goal scoring column, a hat trick. Just such a great player. They've been talking about him since 7th and 8th grade, committed to Penn State as an 8th grader, switched his commitment to Duke. Continues to succeed at every level. Definitely the rookie of the year in my book.
Here's a breakaway for Vancouver. Out of the front door, a shot wide of the net. The Warriors missed the net as Marcus Claridge took the pass. Now here's Philadelphia the other way. And Jones is just going to spin off. Wings are at a point here where they can consider killing some time if available. They're up by 3 with 7.5 to play. Here's Catoni, almost fell down, lost the ball, but Jones got it back. One hand on the stick. Mitch Jones has already scored like that today. We've got a penalty coming up on Vancouver as it comes into the possession of Steph Charbonneau, and an illegal cross-check is going to put the Wings back on the power play.
Uh-oh. That's not good for Vancouver. It's going to be on the captain, Minsky. Brett Minsky with the illegal cross-check, putting him in the box for 2 minutes, giving the high, potent Wings power play the advantage.
And you see here, there is the shot delivered to Holden Catoni after he played that last ball away to Mitch Jones. Here is Jones up high. Behind the back, a shot blocked in front. It's loose. Warriors got to it. It was whacked away, but now it's picked up by Walsh in the crease, and the Warriors will get a chance to bring it up the floor. Beers dishes it off to Charlon Beatties. Plenty dangerous shorthanded here, so the Wings need to stay vigilant here in this power play situation, even though the Warriors are shorthanded. They're going to work it around. It's Crowley. He's got Keegan Ball out there with him, trying to get it to him, but he's being worked over by Ryan Wagner and finally just abandons it. Great job there by Wagner. You talked about Brennan O'Neill a moment ago, Scott. This is his 2nd hat trick of the year. We've got another penalty, though, coming up. We'll get back to that thought. Wings are going to be penalized here. A slash on Tony Malcolm somewhere in the situation there after Vancouver abandoned that last possession at the end of the shot clock. Wings were headed up the floor when all of a sudden the proceedings were brought to a halt.
Off-ball play, it's going to be a slash, 4-on-4. Players love this scenario. One less man on each side really opens up the floor, creates some great 2-on-1 picks, up picks, see if you can get the high percentage shot.
Charlon Beatties is going to start with possession here up high. Saw Ian Rubel there a moment ago. He looked as perplexed as we are. Here is Keegan Ball coming up high, 4-on-4. Doors open here for Vancouver. Charlon Beatties, a quick shot and a save made by Damoud. As Charlon Beatties, a nifty move to the net, but Damoud coming up huge.
Looks like another one off the pipe though, Brian. Shot around him off that far pipe.
pipe's part of the equipment, right? Here's another low one. That one stopped by Damoud. He definitely got all of that. Patton trying to tie somebody up. That's Lowen against the corner boards. It's chopped free, and Philadelphia is going to come out with it.
Great defense by Philadelphia on the 4-on-4 matchup.
In about 20 seconds, Vancouver is going to get Midsky out of the box, so they're going to have a power play that is going to last 45 seconds, give or take, more like 50.
This could be Brennan O'Neill time, just one-on-one, big dodge and shot. We'll see how he does here.
He's looking to get that shot off. Now he turns and one-hands it because the shot clock was expiring. Goes wide, though, and it's picked up by Vancouver. Here's Beers up the floor. Beers thinking about the shot, takes it and scores! Matt Beers takes what the Wings give him, and he gets his first goal of the season to cut the deficit to 2.
Beers, the defensive player. Big D, man, just nobody picks him up. He's going to take his shot. Look at that low right glove side spot. He sees it, he buries it. Great goal in his first of the year for the big defender, Matt Beers.
Beers, a 14-year veteran. He's spent all but 2 of those years here in Vancouver. And he gets a big goal there, trying to stop the Wings' momentum, but they're going to get possession here off the face-off violation.
Beers rewarded with the goal. He's one of those guys that gets it dirty inside. He leads the team coming in today with loose balls with 32 for a non-face-off man.
We're all back square to 5-on-5 lacrosse as Jones finds a seam, shoots and scores! The 5th goal of the game for Mitch Jones. Sachets his way to the net and restores the 3-goal lead.
So dangerous in front of the net, one-on-one. Mitch Jones, he's got a handful. Just incredible stick skills. Look at him, what a great pick. Takes 2 people out, face dodge, fake, finish low. Beautiful goal by Mitch Jones, and he's fired up about it. Handful of goals for Jones to go with 6 assists, 11 points on the night for the alternate captain, Mitch Jones.
Jones is one of 3 Wings in the modern era to have a sock trick. He's knocking on the door here with 4.5 to play. Vancouver will lose possession here. A great takeaway by Liam Patton to the net. Patton shoots. Save made by Walsh. It was underneath them, and he's able to sprawl out and pin that down. Wings defense coming up big here, but they've got, again, 4 more minutes to get through. Vancouver with some time to work with. Ball will move it off right side. Charlin Beatty spins around a man, falls to the turf, fired it wide. Crowley after the loose ball, he's got it. 5 to shoot, Wing, big shot from outside, save made by Damoud, and the Wings get to the loose ball, put it out of harm's way. Connor Sellers on the right side, now pressured. He'll get it off to Phil Caputo, and now Jones has it on that left side of the floor. Here's Jones, what's he gonna do next? Out for Reardon, Reardon hit the post. Loose ball battled for. It's going to come to Vancouver. They'll move it ahead to Reed Bowering. He's got Grant side, Grant to the front of the net. Lowen puts it in front for Bowering. Save made by Damoud. How big has Nick Damoud been here in the second half?
Huge. Absolutely huge saves. Keep in mind, both of these teams have already played a game this weekend. Vancouver on Friday, Philadelphia on Saturday. They're coming right back at it Monday. Just the athleticism of every one of these players out here, the best lacrosse players in the world, are playing to the final whistle.
Resetarits low and through traffic. That one stopped by Walsh. And Walsh is going to trot to the bench here with 2.5 left. Down by 3. Kurt Milowski pulling the goaltender for the extra attacker. Here's Keegan Ball, double teamed. It's skipped up high, now for Crowley. Back to the right side, Charlene Beatties to Crowley, to Ball, to Charlene Beatties, looking to shoot, held it, faked around, he scores! What an effort by Adam Charlene Beatties. He gets his 5th goal of the game. And this one's not over yet, as the Warriors are back within 2.
Charlotte Beatties gets his handful right there. What stick work. Great ball movement. Everybody looking for it. Look at these stick fakes. High, another face dodge. D-man flies right by. Charlotte Beatties fake, high, finish low. Great goal to bring Vancouver within 2 with 2:13 to go.
Huge face-off here between 2 of the NLL's youngest face-off stars, perhaps in the making. It's Pride free, loose on the floor. Wings are going to come away with it. Possession to Mike McCannell.
Stathakis wins the move, but the Wings win the ground ball.
And here's Tony Malcolm with it. Malcolm, a double team here for Philadelphia. They're in trouble as Jones has the stick knocked right out of his hand. Here comes Grant for Vancouver. Grant to the net. It's in! Owen Grant gets it home. What a turn of events here for Vancouver. As the Wings had possession, but then Owen Grant erases it, and he gets the goal. Warriors back within 1.
Swarming defense leads to a goal. Look at the swarming D by Grant and Dilks. Create the turnover, cause turnover by Dilks. Here comes Grant. Patton trying to shut him down. Big body just finishes around Damude.
We're under 2 minutes left here in the 4th quarter, so the goals will be automatically reviewed from this point forward. But what just a fantastic thing for Vancouver there, because the Wings win the face-off possession. They're up by 2. We're under 2 minutes to play. And Vancouver, just those 2 guys, Dilks and Grant, able to turn things around. We take a look at what's at stake here. Again, Philadelphia moves into 2nd by itself with a win, but goes the other way, and Vancouver's up where the Wings are, and the Wings go all the way back down there by Georgia and Colorado.
Huge swing right here in this game, how important it is. Buffalo contending for one of the top spots in the unified standings. Buffalo still head and shoulders above everybody, 5-0. The defending champs are going to continue to be the top dog until they get knocked off.
Mark Gardonio had the wrong helmet there briefly.
After
Got the right
call
one.
on the floor stands, we have a good goal.
Yeah, we didn't see anything wrong with that on the way in. And it does stand, so after what is effectively a free timeout for both squads, they get the chance to rest and regroup and strategize a bit as Ian Rubel is trying to help make sure his team can lock this down.
Yep, what coaches say, it always comes down to one play, whether it's going to be the first play of the first quarter or the last play of the 4th quarter. Kurt Milowski, look at him. Ian Rubel, it's coming down to a face-off, loose ball, save, shot. Here we go, folks.
And this one is going to be whistled dead and given to Vancouver. So we've got
Fair jumped. Gave the ball back to Vancouver.
So we do have a timeout on the floor with 1:44 left to go here in this 4th quarter. What an exciting conclusion we've got when we come back here to Wells Fargo Center in just a moment. I'm wondering if they're not trying to say that Welcome back here to Wells Fargo Center. Final minutes. Wings clinging to a 1-goal lead. And during the break, Ian Rubel talking with the officiating crew. You seem to see him indicate there that the Wings are trying to call a timeout when Mitch Jones was double teamed up against the glass right before that last goal for Vancouver. It was not granted, not seen. Whatever the case it was, they didn't get the timeout, and that could end up being a big moment in this game as Vancouver now with possession and an opportunity to tie. It's Keegan Ball moving it over to the right side to Charlon Beatties. Ball backing out, moved it ahead to the Peshko, coming around behind the net. The rookie Peshko finds some space, fired it wide. Long rebound out towards center, and Ball tosses it back at the line. Wings pick that up. Here is Sellers with a shot. That one was stopped. I'm not sure that was the best move there, Scott, but it's going to be.
Wings certainly would have liked to seen Sellers pull that ball out, let the clock burn. But now I think Vancouver's taking a timeout.
They have, with 1:01 left in this fourth quarter. Again, an opportunity here for the Warriors to tie. But what a back and forth contest this has been. It's been a game of runs here today, Scott, and the Wings the latest to go on that run. They scored 6 in a row over the third and fourth quarter to get back to where we are right now with this score. You see the upcoming schedule for the Wings. They're off next week. They'll next be in action on February the 1st here at Wells Fargo Center against Rochester. Then a home-and-home with Halifax, a home-and-home with Albany. And, you know, the way it looks right now, Scott, a favorable schedule for the Wings. As for Vancouver, they've also got a decent-looking schedule coming up. They've got a rematch with Ottawa on Friday. Then they go to Halifax, back home against Calgary, off to Las Vegas, and then home against Saskatchewan for heading to San Diego.
You're looking at two of the top teams in the National Lacrosse League. Again, the outcome is going to be big on who falls or rises in the standings right here. 1:02 left. Vancouver down by 1. Have pulled the goalie. Walsh is on the bench. It's a 6-on-5 man advantage for Vancouver against the Wings.
Keegan Ball will start the possession on the left side. Ball to the net, shoots, save made by Damoud. The Wings let him walk right in, and Damoud came up with the stop. Ryan Wagner flinging it to the far side, and maybe the Wings did get their timeout that time. It looks like they did.
Yes, they got their timeout this time.
Maybe it's a good thing they didn't see that timeout last. I don't know, but Ryan Wagner was dead to rights there, deep in his own end, and the Wings able to get the timeout called. Wings just let Ball walk right down there.
Ball just right in front, goes 5-hole, huge save. Wagner just whips that ball, but once he had possession, Ian Rubel called timeout. If not, Nick Damoud called the timeout. Great heads-up play by Philadelphia to give themselves the ball back with 48.5 seconds remaining.
So you see there at the top of your screen, 48.5 left in the quarter, 28 seconds showing on the shot clock. So the Wings can get this down to as much as 20 seconds left in the game, but they are going to have to do something. They're either going to have to, you know, ideally for Philadelphia, obviously they would score here, but if they can't get a fresh 30, they're going to leave Vancouver with a good bit of time. And, you know, this is all assuming that they get the shot clock all the way down. Vancouver could get a stop. Their defense has made several excellent plays in this one, and Matt Beers right there had a fantastic one early. They're going to leave Aiden Walsh on the bench at the moment. That doesn't seem wise. They are
Yes,
going to leave him on the bench. So the Wings are going to get possession deep in their own end. Mitch Jones is going to be double-teamed as Nick Damoud goes back to his crease. They're going to double-team Jones here. It's moved ahead. The net is empty still for Vancouver. Here's Tony Malcolm to the empty net. Oh, he passed it. Tony Malcolm tried to pass it off to Ryan Wagner and missed them. And the Warriors move it up the floor. 30 seconds left. And now a pass muffed, and the Wings pick it up.
Mitch Jones, who else?
And Mitch
Open
Jones
net.
misses the open net. It comes out high. Wagner lays on a hit. 16 seconds left for Matt Beers. One last opportunity for the Warriors to tie it. To the net, a shot, it's loose, it rolls in, it's waved off. Somebody stepped in the crease. What an ending here in Philadelphia.
Wow. National Lacrosse League action. We'll sell you the whole seat, you only need the edge.
And Kurt Malowski wasted absolutely no time in throwing the challenge flag. So we're gonna have to sort some things out here, Scott.
The shot was taken, saved by Damude, but then rolled back in the goal. Player could have been in the crease. Let's see what the call is.
Play of no was under review.
Okay.
Well,
Kurt Malowski's going to challenge it. No doubt the ball went in the net after the initial shot.
Yep.
It's whether the Vancouver player's foot was in the crease after the ball went in. Here's the fake finish.
It's Martell with the shot off the post. Then it hits a body and goes in. I think the question here, Scott, is who does it hit? Does it hit Connor Sellers? Here's the shot off the post, off of something there at the top of the screen, and it rolls through the legs of Nick Demuth. So we can't see on that angle who it hit. Martell with the stick fake. We've got to look at it here on the Jumbotron in the building. And we see him hit the post.
He's in the crease there.
He stepped on the crease there.
Ball bounces out.
I think it hits him. And if it hits him, that means it's no goal. If that had hit Connor Sellers, I have to admit, I'm not sure if it, I think it would be a goal. If it hits the Wings player and goes in this situation.
Let's see if it does.
But I think it hits Martell right there in the shin.
Is it Martell or is it Sellers' knee?
I think I see it go past Sellers' knee and hit Martell in the shin. Now, again, it's important to note that it was waved off on the floor. So there has to be, as we saw earlier, there was a challenge where the evidence was inconclusive, so the call on the floor stood. So the call on the floor was no goal. This means they're looking for conclusive evidence that it did hit Sellers. What drama here in Philadelphia with 6.5 seconds left on the clock in this contest. Ian Rubel looking on as everybody awaits the review from our crew chief, Mark Gardonio.
Philly faithful screaming, no goal, no goal. We'll see what the call is. Is it conclusive? There's no doubt that Martell stepped in the crease, but he was out of the crease by the time the ball went in the goal or broke the plane. He's in here now.
So we're looking at the overhead on the Jumbotron, and Martell runs out of the frame, so you can't tell from that angle. Let's see what we got on this angle. Step, hits him. Where's the ball? The ball's right there. Okay, let's see where Martell lands. We can let it go forward there. He steps out of the crease. You have a point there, Scott. He landed out of the crease before that went over the line. Well, let's get the official review.
After review, the call on the floor stands. We have no goals. The ball
They call it no goal. Very interesting.
Wow.
That was a more complicated review than I think we've seen in a while. So it will be Philadelphia ball with 8 seconds left, which is a lot less of a sure thing than it sounds like it is.
Incredible situation there with Malowski pulling his goalie. It was an all or nothing play that almost worked out. The Wings had 2 empty net chances that they missed. Mitch Jones just going to run the clock out.
Oh boy.
Here's another, what could be an error shot.
Wings floated ahead, a long pass blocked by Patton, and the Wings survive. What an ending here in Philadelphia. And the Philadelphia Wings continue the best start in their modern history. Best of any Wings team here since the 2008 season. And they go to 5-1 on, or 5-2 on the year. with the 1-goal victory here over Vancouver.
And another nail-biter, 14-13. Wings win at home. Joe Resetarits with a huge game. Philadelphia just outstanding on their home floor. Mitch Jones is the guy that led all scorers. 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points. Joe Resetarits with 3 goals, 6 assists for 9 points. Adam Chamberlain's matches with 9 points. Brendan O'Neill with a huge game right there. He had 3 goals on the night. Chamberlain's had 5 goals and 4 assists for 9 points as well. The scorers produced today. What a great game on a Monday in Philadelphia. Aiden Walsh with a great game, number 29, the youngster right there. Wings deliver a victory at home in front of the Philly faithful.
Really the best the NLL has to offer on display here today, Scott. You get 2 veterans on each side with huge nights. Some of the guys of the future, Brendan O'Neill with a hat trick in this one. The 2 face-off guys squaring off are 2 of the younger face-off guys in the league, with Nate Fair coming back into the lineup. Staticus ends up with a 21-for-31 night. And you see where we are after that win. Philadelphia alone in second, 5-2. Buffalo still has 2 games in hand. They sit up there at 5-0, and Vancouver, after dropping 2 on the weekend, goes to 3-3 on the season.
Yep, what a difference a year makes. The Wings were at the bottom of the league last year. Now they are up at the top with this newfound roster, new coaching staff. Great job for Philadelphia for a win at home.
Let's go downstairs to our Mary McGinnis, who has captured Mitch Jones.
Mitch, I know you're a little frustrated with the ending there, but 11 points for you tonight. How big was this night for the Wings?
Yeah, you know, we'll take the win on home floor and run out here. We didn't make it easy on ourselves. Specifically, I didn't make it easy on us at the end there, but we'll take this at home.
A game of momentum back and forth all game long. How do you carry this in after the bye week here coming up?
Yeah, we knew we had the bye week going in, obviously, so nothing to leave on the floor. Happy to be sitting 5-2, but we got a lot to work, and we got 2 weeks to do it before we're out here again.
Good win, congrats.
Thanks, Mary.
We'll let Mitch take a lap there as Scott, the loyal, loud, and proud here, loved how that one turned out.
And no doubt about it. And Mitch Jones even laughs at himself. He just had to run the clock out. Instead, he took the shot but missed it. He wishes he had that back, but the Wings do walk away with the win, a thriller, 14-13 at home.
So a great one here at Wells Fargo Center today, and it's the Philadelphia Wings that come out on top by the 14-13 final. Tonight's game was produced and directed by Joel Kate. This has been a National Lacrosse League presentation in association with Freedom Broadcast Studios. The coordinating producer for the NLL is Scott Zolatoro, and the manager of broadcast is Mike Pettit. Senior Vice President of NLL Broadcast Operations is Ed Durst, and the executive producer of the NLL is Joel Feld. Thanks for watching.